The views and opinions expressed on the following program may not necessarily reflect the views of the staff, management, or board of Hope Media Group and KSBJ. It's what's happening around us, in our town, suburb, city, in our community. It's Community Beat with Kim Kasi McKee on 89.3 KSBJ.
Well, hello and welcome to Community Beat, where we're keeping you tuned in to the topics that are impacting our local communities and helping them to thrive. I'm your host, Kim Kasi McKee, and today we're talking to an organization that has been doing just that, helping families to thrive and experiencing an aspect of the American dream through home ownership. We're talking to Habitat for Humanity, and we're going to be talking about things like why home ownership is critical, some of the benefits of owning a home and that brings together families and communities, and how Houston Habitat has been a part of that entire process. So joining me today is Ms. Allison Haye, who's the Executive Director for Houston Habitat for Humanity. Hello, Allison, and thanks for joining us.
Thank you, Kim. It's a pleasure.
So, Allison, let's just start with a little of the history of Habitat for Humanity.
So Houston Habitat for Humanity has been working in our community since 1987. We have had many fine homeowners. We have over 1,200 families that are currently have been through our program and are homeowners.
Wow.
We are. And then we also enjoy revitalization. So we've done a lot of work with repairing homes after Hurricane Harvey. We've repaired over 700 homes. So we have met some many fine Houstonians through our program.
That is wonderful. I know one of my most memorable times working with KSBJ is when we actually set out to build a KSBJ home. And so many people showed up that we ended up building several homes and meeting those families. And it is really a life-changing experience, and one that I hope many more people will have that opportunity to be a part of that sweat equity, if you will, helping these families. So share a little bit about what are some of the benefits of home ownership for individuals and families, just as well as the community as a whole.
Shelter, where everyone has a decent place to live, is important, and that's our vision. But what we really want to talk about is raising your wealth, improving your financial circumstances by having a safe, stable, affordable home. When people think about where they want to live, to be able to have a place where your children can do their homework in a healthy environment, can reduce asthma and things like that. That's important for your health. But for Habitat, we also know that we can do more if we have families that want to invest in where they live and to have an affordable mortgage. That way, every month while you're making your monthly mortgage payment, you're actually gaining you're increasing your wealth because you're owning your home. So for 30 years, that's how long our mortgages are. We have that partnership with families. And to see when they pay off that home, it's the best thing.
Allison, it is the best thing. I remember a lady at our church who received a home through Habitat for Humanity, and just watching, this is a lady that had 5 children, was a single parent, and home ownership looked like something that was not in her future. And when she got the keys to that home, was something special. And when she paid it off, the whole church celebrated with her. It was just wonderful to see this lady who had worked in the nursing field and just, again, being a single parent with that many children, just never knew that would happen. But now here she is in her December years and kind of coasting in the sense, the very thing you're saying, where she's not a struggling senior citizen. She has her home paid for and is able to still take vacations and do nice things, and now seeing her great grandchildren.
That is a great story, and that is the story right there. Yes. 85% of our applicants and partner families are single moms, and we really see the benefit of having a place that they know what the mortgage will be every month so they can budget and schedule. And then it does that whole flip where, I'm at the tail end of my mortgage, so now I'm going to keep the maintenance up and repair it. But the best part, too, what you said, is she's got something to pass down to her family.
That's right.
Just think about every holiday when all the kids and grandkids come back to her home.
And they do.
That's great.
That's the gathering spot.
That's great.
So we're again, I'm sold on Habitat and just the heart of what this organization is all about. So what are some of the current challenges that may prevent people from owning a home?
Well, speaking of our greater Houston area,
yes,
we do have a tendency we're disaster prone.
Sure.
And that struggle is real for all families. But if you are with an income that's limited, you are really struggle when you have an episode like flooding or freezing because you use your savings to get back to where you are.
Mm-hmm.
So we're very aware that we've got families that have had repeated disasters with,
Sure.
You think about Harvey, then you think about the freeze, then you think about COVID. We're very aware that our families are right now trying their best to get all things leveled out.
Mm-hmm.
There's also, our city is a great town, but we have a lot of houses that are here that are aging.
That's right.
So we have that aging inventory. We are very aware that we like to be able to repair homes of seniors or the disabled or veterans so that they can keep that and pass it on. But for new homes, we want to have enough land that's at an affordable price. We do struggle with having materials that are shortage. Just think about, we had a lot on the news about lumber and you name it, refrigerators have a shortage. So all of that, which is maybe a little barrier, we consider that challenges to the work because we know the work that we're doing. For us, it's a God's work, and we know that it'll all provide. You just have to be aware and know what they are and recognize them. So challenges for us are really to get the home buyer financially ready to be a home owner, which means your credit score may not be where it needs to be for a mortgage, or you have a lot of debt. If you're not used to balancing that financial checkbook that you have, we help you do that. So in our classes, and that we talked about sweat equity, right? 50 hours of financial literacy.
Wow, that's great.
Because, we lose that touch when you've got I'm old school. You'd see it electronically. You don't really feel where the money goes.
That's right.
We help you know where you're going with your income, how you can balance it, save for a rainy day. So we love that part of our job on the sweat equity part. And I highly recommend everyone to get in touch with your finances and take a class or two because it helps you not waste your money, apply it. Part of our other pieces are sweat equity. We love to do, like you said, we have 100 hours of construction education on our sweat equity. And what that really does is the person who's applying brings all our friends and family, and they're mainly from churches. They're family, they're friends that want to see them succeed. They go out and they help us with our construction piece. What a fun way it is.
Absolutely.
It feels more like a home raising or a house raising, like in the old days where everybody got together, because you have the applicant and their partner family, they bring their families. We have volunteers and they're all out there and we're all together side by side, really raising a house together. Very, very wonderful.
Amen. If you're just tuning in, we are speaking with Allison Haye, who is the Executive Director for Houston Habitat for Humanity, about home ownership and the different programs that Houston Habitat for Humanity has provided to the Houston area for these past 35 years. Which has been long enough for some people to now have perhaps paid for their home, just like the lady that I just spoke of, who continues to enjoy many years in that home with her grandchildren and great-grandchildren. She's always very excited when they come to her place. And so she's always mentioning Houston Habitat for Humanity too, and what that has meant to her life. So what might be, Miss Allison, some misconceptions that people may have about achieving homeownership?
What's interesting is one of the misconceptions is that we give homes away.
Okay.
And there is nothing farther from that world than we give homes away. Our program is a partnership. It's more of a hand up.
Yes.
So we all lean in a little. That's how I like to put it. But each one of our partner families that come in, they work very hard on learning financial literacy. They work really hard on this construction, building their own home. They work really hard on advocating for us through, we have a part where you pay it forward, where you go and talk to people about Habitat. You learn all about your home ownership piece. That is not dollars, but that is a value. And we add that to their home, and it provides for them as a collaborator, partner with them to find an affordable mortgage, which is hard. If you've never gone to a bank and asked for a big loan, you don't know your worth until you get there. We get them all ready. So no, we don't give the home away. We actually partner, get them get ready to have a mortgage. And then they have a 30-year mortgage like all of us. They pay taxes like all of us. Habitat home buyers are citizens that pay taxes and contribute back to all that we all do. I know the glory of home ownership doesn't sound like a good thing, but it definitely makes you proud, because then you're going to be out there advocating for what's that bill out there? Is that going to help us with flooding? All of those strengths, they know backwards and forwards their homes. Another misconception for Habitat home buyers is that, again, they don't pay taxes. That was a big one.
Okay.
And that's not true at all. And I think what we have to do more of is to be able to celebrate everybody being a home buyer. Wherever you're from in our greater Houston area, all boats rise when you get to live where you want to live in the style that you want to live in.
Tell us about where are some of those communities where you have built homes?
Well, I'm very excited that we're at KSBJ today because it's in Humble, and we have homes that we have built in Humble that they are the best home buyers. They love their homes over here.
Oh, that's great.
We also have built on the northeast side. That's where we're pretty much building right now, which is around Setagast area, Fifth Ward area, a little bit farther out, closer to the Tidwell and Mesa. We've also built homes around Cullen. So we are south, southeast. We've done north, northeast. We love it all. We think everybody should figure out where they want to live, and we'll try to be able to partner with them.
Wow. So they do get to have a say in the part of town that their home is?
When we're able to buy that affordable land.
Sure.
So right now, our affordability piece is really our land that we're all building in is on the northeast side.
Sure.
What's really interesting that you may not know is that Houston Habitat has built over 12 developments.
Wow.
So you may think of Houston Habitat or other habitats as building in neighborhoods that have a lot and then there's houses around it. Well, we love Harris County because there's lots of land, and we have built 12 neighborhoods from the ground up.
That's incredible.
It is.
So that whole neighborhood.
Yes.
Habitat homes.
Yes, ma'am. Currently, we're doing, get ready, it's 127 acres.
Whoa.
Off of Tidwell and Mesa.
Wow. That's going to be huge.
It is. It is. And what's so exciting about it is we're collaborating with 2 other builders. So we have 468 single family homes that will be designed for families that are in the lower or middle average median income for Harris County, which those are hardworking people that are in the maybe healthcare industry or in the food service industry, or they're at the school districts. Those homes are going to be highly affordable for many, many people, and it's going to be beautiful. It's got a 12-acre spine that's got a park in it.
Wow.
We're developing with some partnerships to have a library there. You need a library in the area. Banking, healthcare. It's going to be really transformative. And not only that, we'll be able to do it for the whole Northeast area because it'll be open. It's for everybody to share right off of Tidwell. We're pretty excited. It's the first one we've seen like that in a while.
Well, I am personally very excited because I went to school on Tidwell. Yes, many years ago when it was Forest Brook Senior High School, and have definitely seen a lot of change in the area, and just happy to see this kind of stability going into that area. So hats off Habitat. That is absolutely awesome. 127 acres. You'll need to keep us posted on that. We may need to do another build out there.
I think so.
Yes, indeed. When you guys start that.
We have already started. We've got 5 houses on the ground. We are in process. I will tell you about that northeast area. It's so green. It's so beautiful.
Yes, it is.
So we are truly keeping that. I call it that verdant look. Like at noon.
Lush.
Oh, yes. At noon or like in the afternoon when the sky is all blue, these great big birds, they come and they circle around. It's gorgeous out there. So we love it.
Oh, that is awesome. So if you're just tuning in, we are speaking with Allison Haye, who is the Executive Director for Houston Habitat for Humanity, about home ownership. And there's lots to learn and glean from as you tune in. So tell us, Allison, how does the Habitat Home Ownership Program work?
Thank you. It's the process seems daunting when you've never thought about it before.
Mm-hmm.
It's not a lottery. Actually, you can apply. We have a website, www.houstonhabitat.org. You can apply there. You can go on our Facebook page and find when we have info sessions. We have info sessions every month in English and in Spanish. And then we're at a lot of information fairs, a lot. So the first step, I think, is to make in your mind that you are ready to take that journey to be a homeowner. You would go online, go to our website, look at home ownership. You can apply online there. You can go to one of our fairs and pick up an application. And then you've got to fill it out. There is the big deal. You've got to fill it out. And we want to know whether or not there's three things. Whether you have a need to be in our program, so you have to need a home. So that would be like if you were living in a home or an apartment, a 2-bedroom apartment, but you have, 5 or 6 people in your home. You're overcrowded. That's a need. Or if you don't have you're couch surfing, which is a real piece where you change your locations a lot because you can't afford.
Stable.
Yes, you're not stable. So that need. And then you have to have the ability to pay. And everybody thinks that's about jobs, which it is, but it's also for families like seniors that already have income coming in through Social Security.
Okay.
Seniors are welcome to apply. We do a lot of, so think of that as an aggregate, right? So how much you make, and then you've got to be able to apply and have a part for a mortgage. For a family of 4 in the Houston area now, greater Houston area, you need to make below $70,000 to be accepted into our program.
Okay. Below $70,000 for a family of 4.
That's right. But you have the ability to pay. You're right in that sweet spot. And then here's the next one. You have to be willing to work with us, which means it's like committing that goal, running that marathon, seeing the vision. Side by side, we walk together. And it's a beautiful thing. But if you don't have time, or if you've got commitments that you need to work on, it may not be your time to apply. But in the mind, if you can get that time ready, 6 to 9 months, you will become a Habitat homeowner because you've had partners with you the whole walk. It's a journey, and it's a glorious journey. But while you're in it, it's like another job.
Sure.
And so we want those
like
three
getting
things.
a job, home, period.
It
Any home.
is. But now you have like a second family that's rooting you on the whole time.
Wow.
And I think that's the part that I get the most joy out, is meeting these really nice people that they've got everything. They've got a great family, but they need a great shelter. They've got everything together, but they just can't figure out how to put that next piece in to become a homeowner. Come see us. Come see us. Because the glorious part too, you go through our program and you're like, you know what? I don't think I want that home. I think I want another home. We're going to help you. That's the celebration. And it may not be our particular home, which, by the way, they're awesome, but we want them so financially ready, they can go to any bank they want and get the mortgage they deserve.
Wow. So sometimes they may start out in the Habitat for Humanity process and can decide.
Not many, but they do. We always, it's not a contract. This is a relational piece with us. So we want you financial ready to go to wherever you want to go. I will say I love our Habitat homes. They are Energy Star. They're beautiful, and they have a great affordable mortgage with them. So it's great.
It is. So how many people actually achieve home ownership through the program every year?
About 30 families each year.
Wow, that is amazing.
Yeah, our goal this year is 29, and we have 53 families right now in the pipeline. So we may achieve, my goal is 30, but 29 is the number we'll have this year.
That is impressive. So how does this program facilitate long-term success for your program participants?
So the mortgages that we always support with our families is a fixed amount.
Okay.
So your monthly payment will be the same for 30 years. The only thing that changes is when insurance goes up or your taxes go up. but the part that you're paying back on your mortgage will stay the same. That's something that you can budget and count on.
Absolutely. That is great. Well, you have a project called Robin's Landing. What is that all about?
So that's the 127 acres that we're building over off of Tidwell and Mesa. So we gave it a title because guess what? They have robins. That's what we saw.
Oh, wow.
We did a survey and we looked, and it's got so many birds over there, but the birds that we saw a lot and it made us smile was robins. So Robin's Landing.
That is great. I love that. So share a little bit on where that project is now, the next steps, and maybe your anticipated completion date.
So we are in process now, and we've got the first phase is going on. All the streets are in, street lights are up. We've got 5 Habitat homes that are in process, and we plan to be completed in 60 months. So 5 years from now, we will have a complete development. The reason we're going at such a fast pace is because the need for affordable housing is now. We can't afford to wait and to drag out the process. So we've got the process all in place to really go quite quickly. To put down 468 homes, that's a quick turnaround.
Absolutely. Yes, indeed. So, Allison, what are some other ways that our community can rally around to support the efforts of Houston Habitat for Humanity? How can others become involved?
So Houston Habitat celebrates all peoples to get involved, and they can do it through volunteering with us. We have 2 restores, and we can volunteer at the restore. They have air conditioning, so that's something good. And then we also can volunteer on our build sites. We have it on our website. They can sign up to do that as well. They can also provide donations. What makes us unique is that not only do we do home building, but we have these 2 retail stores. And one of the things that people volunteer to do is they make donations to us through materials, slightly used materials. And they're at 2 locations. One's on South Loop East, 6161 South Loop East. The other one's at West 34th, which is off of 290. So you could donate items that you've used in your home and you want to make a contribution. You get a tax receipt for that. You can also give us your time, talent, and treasure. So volunteering, you can make a donation through your funds, or you can spread the word about Habitat. So there are many that have had a good experience when they volunteered, or they're a Habitat homeowner, like you said, of your friend. And for us, it's to spread the word, because together we make a better community. And to make a better community takes all of us to lean in on. So we invite all of those areas. Oh, one other place you can volunteer is at our community gardens. We have 2 community gardens. And for all of you that have green thumbs, we would love for you to be there. And we build them. One's in Settegast community, the other's in Fifth Ward community. We need you to do all the things that gardeners need. And it's usually on a Saturday. It's very fun for people's book clubs and groups to get together and go out and volunteer and get out in the open air.
Excellent. That sounds great, Allison. So what does it mean for you personally with an MBA in finance and BA in marketing? What does it mean for you to be able to use your educational background, your background in retail, for all of that to converge and give you this opportunity to lead Houston Habitat for Humanity?
Kim, thank you for that, because that's the passion that I have. I'm a native Houstonian, and I've seen Houston grow and grow and grow. And what I know is we have such a can-do, wonderful community spirit. And what I've realized is with Houston Habitat, I'm able to take that love of our city and love of our families that we have here and fellow Houstonians and apply it to see that all of us deserve a decent place to live. And with Habitat, we're able to provide that. And all we have to do is come together and make it happen. So the passion there has been the most rewarding job I've ever done. So
wow, that's great. Well, say maybe a final word of encouragement to that person who maybe they've tried to get a home and things just haven't worked out, and they're now listening, and you've maybe ignited some hope in something you've said.
I want for people that are out there thinking that home ownership's not for them, I want you to rethink and to really focus on what awesomeness you are, and to go to our website, www.houstonhabitat.org. If you have a question, ask us. We have a little part of there where it says, if you're interested, we can talk you through it. But you can do it. All you have to do is decide in your heart that this is what you want to do. It's hard. It's hard work, but the reward for you and your family and for your future families, it's tremendous. But it's not insurmountable when you have a whole community of habitatters supporting you to get your home, because that's really what matters. At the end of the day, all the volunteers and all of the hard work is to be able to have that time when you can open your door with your kids and go walk in. It's an achievable goal.
That is wonderful. Well, thank you so much, Allison, for joining us today. We've been speaking with Allison Haye, Executive Director for Houston Habitat for Humanity. And we pray that you will have many more years to build on this 35-year foundation throughout Greater Houston area. And one more time, just tell us where to go to find more information for those who may want to donate, volunteer, who need a home, want to get started with that home ownership process. Where do they go?
All you need to do is go to www.houstonhabitat.org.
Awesome. Well, thanks again for joining us today. And as always, thank you, our wonderful audience, for joining us. And we hope you'll tune in again next week for another edition of Community Beat. I'm Kim Kasi McKee for 89.3 KSBJ.
Thanks for joining us for Community Beat with Kim Kasi McKee. Join us every Saturday morning at 5:30 on 89.3 KSBJ.